We have some sad news for anyone that is a CM Punk fan and for CM Punk himself who is hoping to see a return to WWE. Two new reports came out saying that we should not expect to see the best in the world inside a WWE ring anytime soon. The first one comes from Fightful, who said Fightful spoke with those high up in WWE that any reports of CM Punk signing with WWE are completely false. And additionally, as of October 10th, the claim internally is that WWE is not in conversations with CM Punk about a comeback. And the Wrestling Observer Radio also reported this. They turned CM Punk down. He wanted to go there, and the decision was a no. It can always change, and it was brought up that there is no such thing as no forever when it comes to WWE, but it's a no for now. That was the decision that was made. It's Vince's decision. Vince, Nick Khan, and Triple H, and obviously they decided the negatives outweighed the positives. If this is true, this is sad news for CM Punk and a ton of wrestling fans. A lot of us wanted to see a return to WWE. The stories that he could have told would have been great to see. The dream matches were right there for WWE on a silver platter. CM Punk ending his career with WWE would have been the perfect send-off for him, and I was ready to see him wrestle Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, and so much more. I'm hoping that this is WWE just working us in order to surprise us at Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble, but we'll have to wait and see. The WWE has been teasing CM Punk's return on TV for a while now. It could have been something they were doing while they were negotiating with CM Punk in case he was going to sign, but we got to see if those still continue or not. If they don't, if they stop those little teases, then you can pretty much kiss your CM Punk return goodbye. In other news, there were recent reports about the Velveteen Dream returning to WWE. BWE reported that the Velveteen Dream was in therapy and even popped up at the Performance Center a number of times. This made many people believe that he was coming back to WWE in the near future. However, Fightful Select reported that this was not true. They said, when speaking to a higher up in WWE, they stated that they have no interest in re-signing Patrick Clark / Velveteen Dream at the time, and something very shocking would have to take place for something like that to happen. The Velveteen Dream even addressed these rumors on his Instagram story, saying, "I am not in a rehab facility, nor have I visited Orlando, Florida, the Performance Center, or any WWE events or facilities. I encourage all wrestling media and platforms to highlight the women and men who put together awesome weekly television and not waste time publishing and pushing false narratives and fake news about me. I haven't contributed anything to your line of entertainment in years. Please do better and use your platforms to showcase the bright and prominent future that is professional wrestling." So that's pretty much the end of this rumor. The Velveteen Dream was not at the PC and he's not returning to WWE. And now let's talk about NXT from last night. This wasn't just a normal episode of NXT. This was a super NXT in order to compete with AEW Dynamite. The show kicked off with Cody Rhodes, who was a special guest general manager of NXT for the night. It was interesting that he was the booker for NXT. It's almost as if WWE wanted to make it look like Cody Rhodes was a better booker than Tony Khan. And it's also funny considering that Cody was one of the main bookers of AEW. So this was not a coincidence. Cody also announced that the Dusty Rhodes Classic tournament is returning. I would love to see that tournament across all brands. It's a good way to bring down some Raw and SmackDown tag teams to NXT, which would make the trophy feel even more prestigious. Anyways, the other announcement was the Breakout Tournament as well. The NXT champion Ilya Dragunov then came down to the ring, and for a second I thought we're going to get a match between these two. That would have been nuts, but it wasn't the case. Dom interrupted them, and Cody then booked a singles match for the NXT title between Dom and Ilya Dragunov with special guest referee LA Knight. Knight being the referee was mad random, but I still loved it because it's LA Knight, yeah. We then had Asuka and Roxanne Perez battle in a singles match. It was exactly what we expected, a good match with Asuka coming out on top. I had no problem with this. I maybe would have only given this a little bit more time, but then against a TV match, so you got some restrictions. So I understand why it wasn't maybe 20 minutes long and could have been a little bit better. You got to make sure that you crunch in that time. We then had a backstage segment with Cody announcing the Bada Bing Bada Boom Battle Royal. The concept seems interesting. The segment was fun to watch. After that, it was the pub rules match. The first 5 minutes of this kind of was bad in my opinion. Everything seemed too corny with the bowling ball and whatnot, but eventually things did get better. Once they got rid of those corny gimmicks, it really started to pick up when they began to actually wrestle. The Brawling Brutes and Tyler Bate won the match. It was good. The next segment was John Cena coming out, and this was special. The crowd gave him one of the best reactions he's ever gotten, despite being only like 200 people or whatever. They were singing his entire song. There was one fan, though, that was chanting Cena sucks, but that guy sucks. John Cena then cut a promo putting over NXT before being interrupted by Braun Breaker. I thought he was going to roast the hell out of this man, but he didn't. We didn't want another Austin Theory situation. If John Cena wanted to, he could have buried this man and ended his WWE career before he even got called up, but Shawn Michaels thankfully did not let that happen. The segment ended when Braun Breaker attempted to beat up John Cena, but almost got attitude adjusted in the process. This was good. I liked it. The only complaint I have is Braun's spray tan. I don't know about you, but that looked crazy. The man's got to chill with that. We then got a video clip of Paul Heyman trying to recruit Ava, aka The Rock's daughter. This could have been WWE planting them seeds for The Rock and Roman Reigns if they do wrestle at WrestleMania 40. You never know with Paul Heyman, this guy is a creative genius. Trick Williams, John Cena, and Carmelo Hayes were backstage talking about winning back their titles, and the WWE is still continuing to tease the feud between the friends. I'm sure that'll be Carmelo's last match before leaving NXT for the main roster. After that, we got the NXT title match, and this was fun. Dom has gotten so much better in that ring, and Dragunov is one of the best in the business right now, in my opinion. This man can put on a good match with just about anybody. And the crowd was also clearly loving LA Knight as they kept saying, yeah, throughout the entire first half of the match. Anyways, this man might have been the best referee we've ever seen because he was not playing. He rocked anybody, including the Judgment Day, who tried to interrupt in the match. He didn't let no nonsense fly through. Ilya retained after a good match, but unfortunately he did receive a beatdown afterwards. Lola Vice and Danny Palmer had a pretty good match as well. While it was short, they got a lot of moves in that match. These NXT women are good and have a lot of potential. I really think the women's division is very bright. And to end the show, we had Braun Breaker versus Carmelo. These two have fought in the past, and just like those matches, this was good. Solo tried interrupting, and he ended up even brawling with John Cena, and we got rid of John Cena. And that singles match is about to be so good between Cena and Solo. Anyways, Melo won the match. Braun then beat his ass afterwards. Then The Undertaker showed up and gave one of his best choke slams ever. What in NXT? I can't believe this is what we got on a random episode of NXT in October. This is why competition is good. It is great for the fans. NXT is clearly on the come up. The brand is in good hands. The future for WWE is looking bright. I can't wait to see the ratings for this episode. If I had to guess, I think it will get 1.2 million viewers. If it gets more than that, then that would be crazy. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think the ratings are going to be? This NXT is my favorite episode ever. I think it was perfect. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.